Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my people off of Warboss Stage 2015 Painting Challenge, as well as my newfound friends and, what's the word, compadres, brothers and sisters in arms on the Painting Challenge, and as well as to all my subscribers to YouTube. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to make this happen. So, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to play catch up a little bit in regards to these questions because I remembered I did not do any of these daily questions. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and then we can go ahead and go. I believe I left off at question 26. What is the strangest food you've ever eaten and where was I? I've eaten a lot of strange things probably. Let's see, I've eaten menudo. If you guys, for those of you guys who don't speak Spanish or not Mexican or any of those, either one of those or whatever, or just don't know what it is, it's kind of similar, I guess, for the UK to haggis. I mean, it's basically intestine linings and stuff like that from pig. And it's seasoned up. It's greasy as crap. It's perfect when you're drunk and you're hungover. But it's really good. I mean, it has hominy, onions, and all kinds of crazy stuff, cilantro, all night. It's really good. My wife will never eat it, but whatever. She's missing out on life. I've also eaten ostrich. I've eaten crocodile. I've eaten, well, not crocodile, I'm sorry, alligator. I've eaten alligator. I've eaten a lot of stuff. I've even eaten this crazy Asian style fruit where you basically have to take a knife to cut into it. I can't remember the name of it. It's something with a P, and I'll probably jack up the pronunciation of it. But it smells like sweaty gym socks, and it's the worst thing I've ever eaten. And where I was, it was actually the strangest and weirdest thing. Because your fruit definitely should not be in any type of body armor at all. I was with some friends of the family, Joe, and Joe brought it, and we were doing this camping trip, and we were doing like kind of like a Fear Factor show type thing where you eat these strange crap. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So that way I could at least have a crazy story to tell. It basically tastes like sweaty gym socks fermented in BO. It is the worst thing I have ever had, and I will never do that again thanks to that guy. So, Joe, if you ever see this, I'm never doing that again, buddy. That was gross. Never again. Yeah, I will. Yeah, that was probably the strangest thing I've ever had. I'm kind of along the same lines of you got to try something once because you never know, right? With that being said, I won't go into cannibalism or anything. That would be, ugh, no. No thanks, Hannibal Lecter. No thanks. But, yeah. So that was the strangest thing I've ever eaten on a camping trip in a cabin, and we ate that crap. It was gross. Horrible. Okay, so week 4 wrap up. You're in the home stretch, 4 weeks of painting. Tell us, did you achieve your primary objective? Blah, blah, blah. I did achieve my primary objective. Basically, I've already written the story and stuff like that. It's in there. I'm actually using these stories as a outline for this Cabal. So as I finish up one unit of one unit of Dark Eldar, then I'll go into the next and have stories going into it. So that way the fluff will keep me going for building up the momentum of my army that I'm doing right now. I got like a lot more points still to paint up, and not to mention the Harlequins and the Eldar that I need to finish up and wrap up as well, or get started on rather. So that'll be all into going into after this challenge as well. So if you guys are down, you guys can definitely check out my YouTube channel and see what's going on with that project. So final oath on the moment. My oath in the moment, I guess. I don't really need an oath of a moment since I finished it, but I promise to keep you guys entertained. Yeah, let's do that. It's been a bumpy road full of ups and downs. So that's what the hardest part of the main challenge for me. Keeping myself motivated. You know, you're working on like this big project, and you're working through it, trying to hammer it out, and it just gets tedious. You just gotta really push yourself through it. What really kept me motivating going is everyone's comments and keeping me on track, as well as just wanting to see the final product. And everyone's projects being posted. I mean, you guys have some amazing work, and it definitely shows from Nick's Nids to Mammoth's like crazy Dark Eldar killing Skatari, to Robert Chisholm's Virginia Provisionals, Renko Simpkins Persians, even Hobby Habit before he left, he had some really cool dwarves that he was posting, which is Fimbus, Desock Sarge. You guys were great in regards to your dwarves. Kat Kurtlander and her postings of that Corn Bloodthirster, that was amazing work. Tory Ling and his samurai from space, his space samurai, that was really cool. And of course, Jamjar's White Lions and Sigor and his fantasy projects on a whole is really looking awesome. I'm really stoked about seeing all that going on. And just to let you guys know, if you don't finish your projects, it's not the end of the world. I mean, progress is progress. Just look at it as a big dent and continue forward and knocking them out and getting them good to go. I got a few projects myself. I might have to reallocate some stuff because of the fact I got some stuff that I need to put up for the channel and stuff like that, which I will show you. I will tell you about on the day 31. I will let you know what's going on. So yeah, I will let you know, and we'll keep everything going. I'm really excited about all you guys' work. Even if you guys don't finish, I still really like how you guys did your stuff. Really awesome, inspiring, and really a great group of people. Faye, she's been really motivating, and her Nurgles look freaking fantastic. If you haven't taken a look at it, then you really need to look at it. Like all the shading work that she put in the transitions, it's pretty spot on. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and take a look over here at what I've gotten going on for these Hellions. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and look at the Hellions and stuff like that. I've got 10 Hellions that I'm going through with right now. I've already assembled, for the most part, how I want them to assemble, which is easier for me to paint. If you haven't guessed, I paint in pieces. My assembly line's a little bit different. I like to paint the bodies, assemble, and then paint the arms, and then assemble it. You got to kind of be careful when you're doing that, especially gluing, because you know, you don't want glue to run over your paint job. So just like a little drop of, let me find my glue. A little drop of Model Master liquid cement goes a long way. So, and you hold it down for like 5 seconds and it can pretty much dry on its own. I think the cure time is like an hour, 2 hours. But just a little drop of that afterwards and you're good to go. And it's not a huge nozzle like what you call it, P3s or Games Workshop. I mean, it's a really small needle that you're using, and it goes a long ways on it. So that's what I like to use for painting and assembling. Goes a long way, and it definitely helps me out with my style painting, my semi-assembly line painting, because I just find that I get a lot more detail done if I'm able to paint it in pieces and then glue it together for the overall outcome. So these are what they look like. I went ahead and base coated them for the most part, and then I washed them with Agrax Earthshade. So this is what it looks like with just the base coat and the wash. And I'm going for the same effect, that bone effect, as well that you saw in the Raider. And this is what it looks like with the layers for the bone, how it's going to look, and some of the washing on it. So I got to add the metallics in it, like the engine and then the firearms on it, and then I got to still paint that. And then there'll be some freehand work on there as well on the actual wings, on my Green Goblin wings. But all in all, they're turning out kind of cool. I'm actually pretty happy with how far I've gotten. Airbrush is definitely a huge thumbs up, so if you haven't gotten one, get one. They definitely will help you out. So for the paints that I'm actually going to be using, that I actually do use, I use the Model Air Vallejo Sand Yellow, And then I use the Model Air Sand Ivory, and I use a wet palette, and then I just kind of blend it in there to kind of get a cool little transition effect. Um, yeah, I mean, I do use my airbrush for transitions and stuff like that, but I'm trying to do something a little different and work on my wet blending skills as well. But my wet blending skills, I think, are pretty spot on. But practice, practice, practice. Because, like I said, even in the basics, you got to go back and do that. You can't like just stay on one type of medium to use, such as airbrush, and then because like one skill could probably go down the drain. So you definitely kind of have to play around and use different techniques. And that's what it looks like. I'm starting to like how these Hellion skyboards are going to look. I'm actually pretty stoked about these guys. And of course, before I forget, I'm sorry, I did use Agrex Earthshade, like I said, for the crevices. And basically just to kind of give it a wash on top of it to kind of allow it to seep through a little bit and get in the crevices and stuff. So that's what it's going to actually be looking like, and that's all that I've done on the bottom. The bottom of the skyboard hasn't been completed yet. Obviously, I had to paint that up because it's just been shaded. But yeah, so that's about how far I've gotten on this project here is the Hellion skyboards, and then as soon as I work those and get those done, then I'll be working on the crew and assembly, and then finally the basing to add to my Dark Eldar army, because I got a ton of stuff I have to paint up. To be honest, I got 10 men, or 10, yeah, 10 men of Cabalites. I got 10 Scourges, 2 Razorwing jet fighters, a Venom, and another Raider I have to finish up on, plus the Archon. And then, not to mention probably what else I'll probably pick up a little down the road. I got Incubi on the way as well, so that'll be joining my ranks. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. So far, I'm really digging how this project's coming out, and the bone looks and stuff like that. The bone and metallic, I think, really fit the Dark Eldar scheme of things. So, yeah, guys, this is Josh Duran. Take it easy. Sorry that this video is a little long. I know there's other videos out there, but thanks again. And thumbs up to all you guys out there doing your thing. Rock it out. Bye.